It's about belonging. It's about relationships. It's about saying, I'm a part of this and this matters enough for me to show up. And yet, if we are honest, many of us have a complicated relationship with the ask. Some of us hesitate to ask for help. We don't want to burden others. We don't want to assume too much. We don't want to feel like we're pulling people away from their already very busy, full lives. And some of us hesitate to answer the ask. We are tired. We are overcommitted. We are unsure if we're the right person. We wonder if what we can offer is enough. Or we simply hope, quietly, politely, that someone else will raise their hand first. So we end up in a kind of shared silence, not because people don't care, but because caring and the capacity don't always align easily. Still, communities depend on that moment being broken, and there is a kind of courage in asking for volunteers. To ask is to admit that we cannot do this alone. It's an act of humility, but also an act of trust. It assumes that someone out there will hear the need and feel a stirring of recognition, not obligation, but connection. And it's a hope that says we are not alone in this work. And there's also a kind of courage in responding. To raise your hand is to say, I can make space. I can contribute. I'm willing to be inconvenienced for something I believe matters. It doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require expertise. Often it simply requires willingness, the willingness to be present, to learn, to try. And here's one of the most important truths about volunteerism. Most work in the community is not carried out by the most qualified person. It's carried out by the most willing person. In fact, many of our most meaningful contributions in any congregation are not flashy or highly skilled. They are quiet, consistent acts of presence. Someone setting up chairs, someone making coffee, someone greeting a newcomer, someone staying after to clean up, someone making the phone call, someone saying, I'll do it, even when they're not entirely sure how. These acts are small in isolation, but together they are the infrastructure of belonging. There's a phrase I've heard in many communities, it takes a village. But what we sometimes forget is that villages are not supported by abstract goodwill. They are sustained by raised hands, by people who say yes in ordinary moments. And yet, we also have to name something else. Asking matters. Because sometimes people are willing, but they're never asked. And it sounds like, if this sounds like you, please talk to me after church, email the church office, or ask one of our board members where help is needed. We will match you up with a ministry that desperately needs your help, no matter how small. And it can be as simple as writing a note or sending a card to someone in our congregation who might need it. It can be something like hanging up clothes or tidying the donation station. It can even mean taking training so you can partner up with the lead teacher for our SE classes. This summer, our SE program needs ordinary people just like you who just enjoy helping. No knowledge or skill required. See Mary Jo, myself, or any other SE committee member. We have a little purple handprint on our name tag. See us after this service to sign up for our Sunday summer fun classes. We'll be doing art, games, and gardening. Just if you enjoy any time helping out, that would be great. How about opening doors and being a smiling face on Sundays for our congregation and prospective members? Picking up trash twice a year, helping at the Saturday community pantry, or alphabetizing the mess of our name tags. In fact, we are having our building grounds work day after church, and even the smallest act will be appreciated as many hands make light work. So don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone, because I promise you, it will be worth it. It's surprisingly easy for assumptions to form in community life. We assume someone's already doing it. We assume that someone else is more available. We assume the need is already met. And in that assumption, we can unintentionally silence potential participation. So a clear, direct, and compassionate ask is an act of inclusion. It says you are seen, you are needed, you are welcome in this work. There's a difference between a general hope and a specific invitation. Someone should help with this is a hope. Would you be willing to help with this is an invitation. And invitations change things. Because when we are invited, we're not just filling a gap, we're being recognized as someone who matters enough to be asked. That recognition is what builds community trust over time. Now, of course, not every ask receives a yes, and not every yes is immediate. Sometimes people need time. Sometimes people need to say no. And a healthy community must make space for that reality too. Because volunteerism is not meant to be coercion, it's not obligation, and it's not meant to be guilt. It's not meant to be depletion disguised as service. It's meant to be participation in something larger than ourselves. So how do we hold all of this together? The need for help, the limits of energy, the desire for fairness, the reality of fatigue, and the hope for shared responsibility. We begin with honesty. We name what is needed, we ask clearly, and we received answers with grace. And we remember that every yes is meaningful, and every no is information, not rejection of community, but a signal about capacity. And we also remember something else. Sometimes the most faithful act is not doing everything, but helping to create a culture where many people do a little. And community is healthiest, not when a few people do everything, but when many people do something. So today, I want to lift up both sides of the equation. If you're someone who has been waiting to ask, this is your encouragement to ask clearly, kindly, and directly. And if you're someone who has been waiting to say yes, this is your encouragement to consider what a small yes might be possible for you. And it's not forever, it's not everything, it's just something. Because in the end, volunteerism is not just about filling roles, it's about shaping a way of being together. It's about becoming the kind of people who notice need, who trust one another, and who respond, not out of pressure, but out of connection. Some of the most meaningful relationships I have with people is through volunteerism. My son's marching band boosters run the concessions for all the different sports, and I have met some great friends and people who all share a common goal, and they came together and unwittingly formed a community of friendship and support. It's no secret that I have involved myself in different ministries within this church. I do that because here is where I found my home, my people, my family. My service to this church has fulfilled me in ways I never would have imagined. And it started small. I signed up to do some summer fun classes with SE, then hanging up clothes at the donation station, offering to usher some during the year, then becoming a worship associate. Some things I did have to let go and make space for me, and that's okay. But I have met some of the most fabulous people with amazing stories, who many didn't know one thing about what they were offering to do, but it mattered to me, to them, and our community. So, may we become a people who are not afraid to ask. May we become a people who are not afraid to answer. And may we remember that every time a hand is raised, something sacred is happening. Our community is being made real, right here among us. May it be so. Oh. Thank you. All right, please stand in the ways you're able and sing our closing hymn. The words will appear on the screen.
When the road looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from your nice warm bed, you just remember what your old past said. Boy, you got a friend in me. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got trouble, and I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, see it through, 'cause you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Some other folks might be a little bit smarter than I am, big and stronger too, maybe, but none of them will ever love you the way I do. It's me and you, boy, and as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
It's better without the distance glasses there. Our chalice extinguishing words were written by Martha Kirby Capo. Our time together is finished, but our work is not done. May our spirits be renewed and our resolve strengthened as we meet the challenges of the weeks and months to come. This chalice flame is extinguished until we ignite it again with the spark of our communion.
May we carry with us the courage to serve, the wisdom to listen, and the compassion to show up for one another. May our hands bring comfort, our voices bring encouragement, and our hearts remain open to the needs of this community and the wider world. And may we remember, no act of generosity is ever too small. For every offering of time, care, and love helps build a more hopeful and connected world. Go now in gratitude, in purpose, and in peace.
She made the cookies and they taste just right. Jenny is the volunteer. Well, they open up the hall in the afternoon to help performers to stay in tune. They're cleaning up by the light of the moon. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. There goes Spike, he's seen it all. But he's the one who let the curtain fall. I was changing clothes and I mooned you all. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Kathy is the one in the yellow pants. She loves the music, she can't dance. But with her computer now she writes grants. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Help them put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear for the volunteers. There's Andy, he works the sound. A thunderstorm's coming and he looks around. He's all patched in, but he's lost his ground. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Well, that ain't for the money, cause they work for free. It's a great dysfunctional family. It's all for the music and the company. Let's hear it for the volunteers. Now then it's 1, 2, 3, hey! Come on, put the chairs away. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. Let's hear it for the volunteers. And it's 1,